Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk to you about signposting in presentations. Now, signposts in presentations, signposts are phrases which tell people where you are and where you're going in the presentation. So these are some examples of signposts I'm going to talk to you about, I'll talk about. Let's start by looking at. Okay, that's all I want to say about. So if you notice, they don't have any content. They're not content words. They don't have any messages or any important content, but they're very important phrases which you need to put before the content or after the content, and it will tell people where they are when they're listening to your presentation. So I'll give you an example of a quick presentation using these signposts to give you an idea. So I'm going to talk to you about customer service for Anglo-Saxons. So I'm going to talk to you about customer service for British people or Irish people or Americans. I'll talk about smiling, being sympathetic, and soliciting support. So if you like the three S's, I'll talk to you about smiling, being sympathetic, and soliciting support. So let's start by looking at smiling. Now, a lot of people, some of my clients and some friends here in Germany have said to me that why should you smile in a shop? Or why should you smile when you're giving a service? You should only smile if it's a real, authentic smile, and there's nothing worse than a false smile. But I think for an Irish person or an American or a British person in general, we're trained to smile. I mean, in a customer service situation, we're trained that smiling and being nice to people and being friendly to people, even if it's not real and 100% authentic from your heart, it's very, very important to smile. So that's all I want to say about smiling. I'd like to turn to being sympathetic. When a customer or a client has a problem or is complaining about something when they're not happy, remember to be sympathetic. Again, this might be a cultural difference. I've noticed that sometimes in Germany, when you have a problem and you go to a service provider or you tell somebody in the shop what your problem is, often the person helping you, the most important thing for them is to solve your problem. So sometimes they listen and they immediately start doing things to try to solve your problem. Whereas I think in Anglo-Saxon cultures, it's a little bit more important, or it's very important actually, to also be sympathetic. So when somebody's telling you a problem, saying, oh, so, and the computer stopped working, or the machine broke down and then I lost a lot of work, or it's very important to be sympathetic. So listen to them and say, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, or that sounds terrible, or I'm sorry that happened to you. So being sympathetic is very important to show that you understand what that problem is, or you understand the consequences of that problem. So that's all I want to say about being sympathetic. Finally, let's move on to soliciting support. Last week I had a problem with Netflix. I was logged in and I couldn't see content. So Netflix have like a chat box where you can talk to somebody there. And I got this incredible customer service that I was very, very happy with. The guy was extremely friendly. He answered my questions very quickly. He asked if I had any other problems or I had any other questions about the service, which I did. And at the end, I was really, really happy. And the very last thing that this customer service support person asked me was, can you stay online? Can you stay and rate the service? So it was a question saying, are you happy with this, with the service you've received? And you could say yes or no. So he or they, the company, solicited support. So it's another important thing when giving customer service is if you think you've given good service, ask the person to rate you. Ask the person to say something nice about you on your website or on Facebook or on Twitter. Solicit their support. So to sum up, I've talked about smiling, I've talked about being sympathetic, and I've talked about soliciting support, or the 3 S's: smiling, being sympathetic, and soliciting support. If you have any questions, you can ask them now. So that was just a quick presentation to give you an example of how you use signposts in a presentation. I hope this helps you in your presentations. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment box, and please come back and watch more videos. Thanks a lot for watching. If you want to see more video tips like this, just click on these videos here. Here are some examples before I tell you the explanation. Have a look at them and see, can you tell me the differences in the meaning of these words? So, mayor or mayor. So here we have 6 business English abbreviations, quite typical ones. Which of those do you understand? And in these 5 sentences, you have one mistake in every sentence.